Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a very different multi-tool, and I've got a quiz question for you which I'll answer at the end of the video. Which of the top 3 multi-tool companies made a multi-tool for horse care and that came with a hoof pick in it? And what is the name of it? And so we'll answer that at the end of the video. But today we are looking at this multi-tool, which is very generic. It is listed on Amazon for $16, and the brand is Lift Sports, and it's a Horseman horse care Farrier tool, multi-tool hoof knife tool. So anyway, that's a long name. I'll leave a description in the link below the video. But this is going to come with several functions, and it says it has a trimming knife, it has a long thinning knife, hoof pick, all-purpose cutting blade, hardwood handle, solid brass rivets, and stainless steel. So anyway, this is going to be a different, very unique tool. A lot of times on these knives you have a couple tools that are very similar, and then maybe 1 or 2 that are different, but this one is very, very different. So again, I'm not really into horses. My daughter does some horseback riding, and I may give her this tool, but we'll discuss that a little bit later. So right here we have this sort of blade right here. Some of you, again, are going to know what that is more than me. This, I believe, definitely is the hoof pick. So that is interesting. And there are actually surprisingly more knives than I thought available with a hoof pick. Now, I don't know, I can't remember if there's any plier-based multi-tools with a hoof pick at this time. And then obviously there's the comb, the grooming tool, which I mean, it's metal. I feel like that could almost be a little bit dangerous. It doesn't seem extremely safe to use, but I guess use it at your own risk. And then you've got the knife, and then I think this is something about the hoof trimming tool, maybe. So it definitely does have a little bit of a blade on it as well, and there is Lift Sports. So what I wanted to mention about this is going to be a very rough example. So again, it's only about $15 or $16, but this is very rough. It definitely feels like a Pakistan-made knife. Some of you have gone to flea markets and you find these with these sort of, I don't know if you call it rosewood handles, but anyway, and then you pick it up, and I mean, you're basically breaking your fingernail every time. And I have super long fingernails right now, but you're basically breaking it every time you take the knife out. It is very, very tough. So the tool implements, unfortunately, are just really hard to get out. You almost have to have another pair of pliers to get them out. So that's why I'm not sure I'll be giving this tool to my daughter, because I don't feel like it's really that great a tool, unfortunately. But I wanted to review it because this is a very strange and unique multi-tool, and I think those are interesting, and at least I can get it so you know that this is probably not a great option. So that's pretty much what there is about this multi-tool. I actually, unfortunately, cannot recommend it. Now, if you were to go to the trouble of maybe drilling out the rivets or grinding them down, maybe you could put some oil in here, maybe that would work, but this definitely needs a lot of work to make it back to a satisfactory multi-tool. And then, anyway, the blades I don't think are the best either. So this, unfortunately, is probably not a recommended product. I'm going to put it away just sort of as a interesting collector's piece, just something interesting to talk about. Now, which multi-tool had the hoof pick several years ago and is now very, very rare? It was actually the MP600 Trail Rider. So if you mentioned that, you said that, very good. That's the multi-tool it was. So if you look it up, it had a scissor, and then it had the Phillips in the middle, and then it actually had a very long hoof pick that came over And I believe it sat right here on the outside of this tool, and then it sort of crossed over, if you can imagine that. So the hoof pick sort of sat right there. And then you would be able to open the tool, and it was a fairly long hoof pick. So that was the MP600 Trail Rider. Sometime, yeah, I would love to pick up one, but I definitely don't want to pay $300 for one. So, all right, we'll see you in the next video. I've got several more for you to watch.